Blessings, beautiful being. So in this video, I'm going to reveal to you the truth about the twin flame journey and how it is not what you think it is. So I'm going to overcome some limiting beliefs a lot of people have about this journey. And the biggest limiting belief by far is that twin flame journey is a romantic one. Now, especially if you are a woman, this is for you. I've talked to a lot of women and they just have this energy. Also, some men have this energy where they just want to live the happily ever after life. They want to be the princess and find their prince. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then we come into the real life world. Usually, this is not the case. And even it's not the case in the spiritual realm either. So you must understand this. I'm not here to discourage you. I'm the biggest supporter of love by far that you'll ever meet. But then we have to be realistic of what's possible. And by showing you what's possible, then you can actually have a very realistic relationship, a potential relationship with your twin flame. So the biggest issue here is that you might think that your twin flame will complete you. You're seeking for a twin flame to complete you. Now this is a mistake because you are complete already on your own. How can you complete yourself if you're complete already? So then you must feel like you're not complete. You're incomplete. But the problem with this is that you're coming out of the wrong frame. I was as well in the beginning. So then you start to chase. And when you start to chase, they start to run away. You've heard this before, right? But that's what it is. But let's dive a bit deeper into the completion part. Really, why aren't you complete? Maybe it's the society that has told you, your parents that have told you, your twin flame even, that has told you that you're not complete, that something is missing. You need to be more successful, more beautiful, more rich. All these things. But really, these things have no meaning. They're pointless unless you have the within sorted. I see all these people, a lot of money and all these things. I'm like, they haven't made it. They're just running around in this rat race called life. What if I told you that you are complete already? And the best way to have you understand that is who you are. This is a great self-inquiry question that a lot of spiritual gurus have talked about. Who am I? If you ask yourself, who am I enough times, you'll get to the answer, to the root answer. And the root answer is not that you're the ego, because ego needs always things to add on to it. Ego is very fragile. Consciousness, the soul, the supreme self, is not fragile. Nothing can touch it. That's who you are. And guess what? When you get to that, that is also exactly what you're sharing with your twin flame. And that's when this becomes spiritual. So that's when you start focusing, okay, I am complete already. Whenever I think that I'm not complete, let me shift my focus back into the idea and into the knowing that I am complete. Shift into that always, from here to here, here to here. If I think about my twin flame, what does that mean? I need them. If you're constantly thinking about your twin flame, it means you're thinking that you need them. I'm not thinking of my twin flame. I'm only making these videos where I talk about twin flame, but I'm not talking about my twin flame, if that makes sense. But this is where it gets spiritual. And this is where you reach the new level of ascension. And you have to realize that this journey is all about ascension. As twin flames, you share the same oversoul with your twin flame. You can Google oversoul, where it is. It's above the soul. It's shared. And when you get to that level of consciousness, what will happen is amazing things will happen. You'll start to merge more with your twin flame. Your chakras want to unite. And most importantly, from my own experience, once you ascend more and more as the leader, as the more who's been more awake in the beginning, again, this might flip, and certainly I think it has flipped for me, you will then ascend higher. This is my personal experience. When I talked with my twin flame in the beginning, she wasn't that spiritual. 3 years later, now she's super spiritual. That's her life. Of course, I did my part in it, but she did the work. But this is just to let you know, this is how it goes. And it's not manipulation, it's manifestation. If you want to call it like that. I don't really call it anything. I just call it life. Cause and effect. But this is what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on ascension. How can you ascend? And ascension is all about quieting the mind, quieting the ego, quieting the small self. And most important advice I have for you in this video is not just to meditate every once in a while. No. I want you to start making life your meditation. For example, here right now as I speak to you, I have literally no thoughts. One popped right now. Oh, it's gone. No thoughts. This gets me into the flow state. I don't feel the pain that I have. Flow state. So if you can find something to do that gets you into the flow state, do that, because that will anchor more of this state in, more of this enlightened state in. And the more you spend time in it, the more it will become your default state. That's what one of my mentors, Jason Capital, said. Talks about default state setting, that whenever you spend the majority of your time in one state, in one vibration, that becomes the default state of vibration. I hope you're getting this. So from now on, let's forget the romance, let's forget the honeymoon phase, and let's get into the spiritual ascension stuff. Because here's the thing, even when you get to union with your twin flame, even then, it's all about ascension. And of course, there's going to be the beautiful love, but it's not the same type of love that you think. You think it's going to be a romantic love or a lust-like love. No, it's going to be sacred love, holy love. One that you feel for humanity as well. I've felt it many times when I made this. Now I'm not feeling as much because I've been numbed by the society. Maybe you have as well, and it's okay. But it's time for us to get back into this love. At least do our best. That's all I want from you. Do your best at this. And ultimately, I want you to know as well, like what I believe in is that your twin flame union is already written in the stars. If you know it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Or you know it's going to happen. So then just focus on the highest timeline, because that is truly the highest timeline that there is. Focus on that, and God will take care of the rest. So that's the video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Also, comment below if any thoughts you have. If you're new, make sure to subscribe down below. Click on the bell. As always, I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.